All right, everybody, welcome. Thank you all for bearing with the terrible microphone quality for last night. Just wanted to try and get podcast. I think he and I ended up being a little too focused on our own games to have had a whole lot of witty banter going on. But that's all right. It was still nice to have him here. We've been best friends for going on 16 years now. So any chance we get to hang out is always awesome. But anyway, today we're going to try and work Isla Pena up to a 5-star rating. I'm going to try and do that before starting the security mission for Isla Pena and getting the last of that unlocked. It's probably going to take a little bit because I'm going to try and get some things reconfigured, such as the power grid, try to get some large power stations in there to try and condense the number of power stations I currently have operating on the island. Also gonna try and put a research center back on the island. I took it off, took a research center out in order to be able to put in a third hotel, figuring that might be the last thing I needed to get the 5-star rating up on Isla Pena. Excuse me. But apparently that wasn't quite it. I think right now we're currently sitting at a 4.2, and we do currently have a contract going for that 5-star rating. So, with any luck, we'll be able to pull it off, and then once we've got the security mission wrapped up, go on back to East Lasorna and start doing more intensive work there. So, alright, let's get going. So after we stopped the broadcast last night, did do a couple of small changes. Got some pachycephalosaurs up and running, and actually wound up sticking them in the teensy little exhibit over here, where they seem to be quite happy. Seem to be enjoying life. So they seem to be doing all right over here. So. They ended up kind of being the ideal candidates. We did have to expand out the exhibit just a little bit. May go back and try and fix that so that it kind of fits in with the rest of the exhibit. Maybe rotate the viewing platform a little bit, but that'll come, I think, after. Like I said, after we've achieved our 5-star rating, which currently we're sitting at 4.6, which means as I begin to rejuggle things around, we may find that we're gonna lose some of that 4.5 star rating now. It's like bouncing back and forth now between 4.5 and 4.6. I think one of the first things I'm gonna do is try and rework the path network here to try and shove it as far over as I can, because where we kind of have this little bit of widening in the path here, I think I might be able to try and squeeze in a large power station there. Fortunately, if I can get one of those in without having to reconfigure the rest of the island, I think that it should be not too difficult for me to go ahead and take out one of the power stations up here. And start reconfiguring things around. Might even actually take that emergency shelter and move it a little bit farther down the pathway. So let's get started. Alright. So first thing we want to do is want to re-network the paths. So that means we're gonna take the current path. You know what? We are actually going to go ahead and break it off real quick, which is going to cause a big problem. So we're going to go ahead and run the path all the way up this way. Why don't we toggle curves? There we go. That would be great. So we're going to run our path network all the way up here and connect it back in over that way, and then we're going to demolish that section there, which hopefully, there, look at that, even let us demolish the end bit there. So okay, that should put things back where it needs to be. So we're at 4.6 still, that's good. Let's go ahead and start dorking around with our power. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Maybe I underestimated the size of the power station. In fact, there's no maybe about it. I definitely did underestimate the size of the power station. One of the other things we might be able to do here, though, is also re-network the pylons and move that emergency shelter that we've got built up by the main entrance. Get that moved so that it's not taking up some of the space that's up there. Also, go ahead and see if we can't re-network our pylons here. Kind of going more of a zigzag pattern. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did say it was obstructed? Obstructed by what? Oh, actually, probably by the other pylon. Yep. All right. Oh, so we're gonna have to be very quick about this. All right. We may have to. Uh-oh. Sounds like we've got tornadoes. Take shelter. Everyone, take shelter. Oh, jeez. Wow, yeah, we've got some trouble going on here, don't we? All right, so we need to get the ranger teams out and moving. Let's check on the dinosaurs. They seem to be okay for the moment. They have not broken out, but they probably will before the ranger team gets here. Yes, which building would be damaged by the storm this time? Okay, we'll get another ranger team out this way. Fortunately, if they're repairing the restaurant, they should be done fairly quickly, so they'll be able to deal with whatever other damage the twister causes. Interesting. We're actually at 4.7 out of 5 stars, even with a tornado going. So that's fantastic. Yep. Ranger team just drove straight through the twister, no problem. Uh-oh, we got dinosaurs trying to break out. And I'm betting you it's the T-Rex, yep, who's very agitated by the storm. Uh-oh, we've lost power, so that means I'm going to have to go do this myself. All right. We've also got Deinonychuses that are trying to break out as well, so this is going to be fun.
Conditions improving.
There we go. See if we can get this guy tranked too before he breaks out.
Contact denied. Visual on the asset.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and get everybody fixed up here real quick.
Starting repair work.
Alright, that gets us our power back down here. Alright, so in that case, I'm going to go ahead and add tasks. Go ahead, repair that fence. Repair that fence. And repair that fence. Alright, let's get the ACU teams in the air. Come on, Trank. Trank.
Understood.
Trank. Alright. Then let's go ahead and get some more repair crews out. Or send this one out to get some medications administered. And then we're going to need Ranger Team 2 to come up here and do some other repair work. So first off, let's go ahead and repair this fence so that our Dilophosaur, who is probably out wandering,
Acknowledged. Adding to the list.
can get done. So let's see. In fact, yes, no, she must be out and about. In fact, there she is. Let's see. Good, we can set him to go, set our ACU chopper to go and take care of our Dilo, who's out wandering and killing guests. That's gonna severely hurt our safety rating. Well. Oh. Fortunately, it looks like most of the guests have taken shelter, minus those that are running all the way up there. So, with any luck, we'll get this all taken care of fairly quickly. Alright, let's get the transport teams going. We already have a couple of tranked Deinonychuses.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Deinonychi. We can move back to the enclosure.
En route to pick up the asset.
Right now the Rex is still tranked. Looks like its fence has been repaired, so let's go ahead and just move her back.
Asset to be collected.
Move her back over into another area. Oh, looks like we've got to get our Ranger Team 4 to medicate a couple more dinos.
Adding task. Confirming task.
Alright. Let it get off and get to where it's going.
We don't always get offers like this.
Sure, we'll take a nice easy contract like that. We'll go unearth some carnivore fossils, some Spinosaur fossils in Africa.
Asset
That would be great.
transportation in progress.
Okay, let's move this Deinonychus back to her exhibit.
Acknowledging
Drop
asset
her off
collection
there.
request.
And we have a low health warning, probably from the dinosaurs that are currently sick. And then let's see here. Looks like ACU choppers revolving around here. Looks like our Dilo is right over there and being less than cooperative at getting sedated. So let's zip. Oh, nope. Looks like our disease outbreak is controlled. So we're just waiting on the ACU chopper to get our Dilo.
Asset transported.
There we go. Dilo tranquilized so that we can move her back to her enclosure. And now we can go ahead and let everybody out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are...
Now let's see how fast our rating goes back up. Facility rating is currently at 1.1 out of 5 stars. Now 1.3. Alright, so let's see, where we actually rerouted the
Asset has been delivered.
rerouted the path, I actually think we're going to put in another emergency shelter, because I'm going to take out the one that's up there by the entrance. So go ahead and put that right there. Alright, let's look around and see if there's any unused power anywhere, because that will tell me what... Nope, it looks like all the power is being used. So I gotta find a way to deactivate a couple of buildings. Uh-oh. Who's trying to break out? It's Rexy. Alright.
Confirmed.
Yeah. Their comfort level is still down because of the storm, I guess. It is on its way back up, but she's gonna probably successfully break out of that fence if she doesn't get tranked first. So, all right, we'll get the transport teams to move her again.
Asset.
Hopefully those Deinonychus that have already been transported back aren't having too much of a fit because their friend isn't there. Comfort level is going down slightly, but looks like the other transport team should should hopefully have that puppy back in her enclosure before they get too uncomfortable. Then it looks like the transport team dealing with the Diplo is still making their way. They're not underway yet, but they will be shortly, I assume.
Asset in transit.
Alright, alright. So I am going to go ahead and deactivate a couple of buildings real quick. I'm going to deactivate the Fossil Center. And deactivate this Expedition Center as well. Probably go ahead and deactivate our Creation Lab as well, because I'm not currently using it to incubate anything. So with those deactivated, let's take a look at available power at a couple of our facilities. So it looks like Medium Power Station 4 has unused power in the amount of 48. Well, it looks like we need to get our power up to about 73 unused before we can
Asset has been transported.
brain, thought, words, things, before we can successfully take one of the stations off the grid. I'm going to go ahead and deactivate the Innovation Center for the moment. Our ratings are probably going to go down pretty significantly, but I can't really think of another way to do this without shutting down power to some of the things we really need. So it is only temporary, folks, so you will be able to view all of these things shortly. Let's take a look at management real quick. 8. Alright, so we need to come up with another 20. Let's check on Rexy, see how her comfort level is doing. Alright, she's back to comfortable, so she shouldn't be attacking the fences anymore. Let's get our ranger team out to resupply this feeder.
Proceeding to the feeder now.
And see if we can't identify which other feeder is in the red. Looks like it's another, looks like it's the Packies actually. So let's send Ranger Team 4 to deal with that.
Feeder resupply request received.
That's certainly well out of the way of the other one, so we won't want to send the same Ranger Team to take care of it. You know what? I'm going to jinx myself. We're going to go ahead and deactivate a couple of the... Oh, we can't deactivate the emergency shelters, right? Because they don't use power. Would make sense, wouldn't it? If I deactivate a couple of the hotels, that would work. Yeah, alright, we're going to do it. Just for now. Our facility rating is probably going to plummet. And our guest count will probably also go through the floor. But that should make it so that if we look at our management view, yep, we have 78 available power. So good, that should be enough. So we're going to go ahead and demolish our small power station. We're also going to demolish our emergency shelter here. And get rid of this path so that nothing up here is obstructed, and then we're going to try and put in a large power station. Hopefully it will fit. Okay. It's going to be a tight fit, looks like. Terrain constraints, where? I wish it were a little more specific with this terrain constraint nonsense. Let's actually take out this pylon too. Yes, I realize there is a dead dinosaur. We will deal with it promptly. Oh, wait, wait, wait. We just had blue. There it is, right there. Boom! Down it goes. Alright. Now with any luck, we can just... Nope. We're gonna have to build a pylon. There we go. There. Now it's connected to the power grid. We can go down here, connect our path, reconnect our path. There we go. And that will give us quite a bit of extra power. And hopefully, once we've got this one online, we can take out one of our other power stations. 'Cause we'll just basically jam it full of increased outputs. But also, let's deal with our deceased dinosaur. We must be over here, right where the guest density is super high. Uh-oh, that would be one of our Deinonychuses, who has died of old age. That means we want to go ahead and
collection request received.
get the ACU chopper in the air.
Request acknowledged.
We want to trank these guys before they get too upset about their friend being deceased, particularly since we have to wait for construction to finish on that large power station. Once the construction's finished, we can go ahead and incubate another Deinonychus and go ahead and get that over to the exhibit. But in the meantime, we certainly don't want the other two to get antsy. So, and actually, now that I'm looking at our notification area, looks like we also need to resupply some feeders. They must both be over here. Oh, yep, looks like one in the Rex enclosure.
Transportation underway.
And one in the second herbivore enclosure. We're just going to go ahead and send 2 teams to take care of that because it'll take a very long time for just one to do it. So, alright, looks like our power station is now online. Alright, good. Let's get some upgrades on that puppy. We do want to put an outage protection on it, but then... Actually, go ahead. We'll put 2 outage protections, and then we'll put 3 improved outputs on it. And see exactly how much power it's generating. Producing 144. That's pretty good. That produces as much as 2 medium power stations. So let's take a look at how much unused power we currently have. We currently have 171 unused power. That's pretty darn good. We can probably afford to take out one of our medium power stations. Yeah, because medium power station 4 right now actually is not even using its power output. So that's convenient. That means we'll be able to take out one of these stations. I think we might actually take out this one because we might have more luck trying to squeeze in a research station research center rather up here. Let's actually take a look and see, just, you know, out of our own curiosity, whether we would be able to squeeze it in. I'm betting we would. That'd fit pretty easily in that spot. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take out this power station. Yep, we'll take the $750,000 refund. And we'll go ahead and we'll put in our research center. Whoops. Because once we've got that back online, I think we'll see an increase in our facility rating. I'm not positive, but I'm of the strong inclination to believe that. I don't know what I just accepted, but I accepted something. Complete an expedition. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna do a pair of expeditions apparently.
I've always considered myself a bit of an adventurer and a lot of a luxury hotel fan, huh? So enjoy your time in the dirt.
Although I'm also remembering we need to reactivate some buildings. So let's at the start get our hotels back online, the ones we shut down. We'll also go ahead and get the Innovation Center back online. Alright, so for the most part, I think that puts our deactivated buildings back online, except for the Expedition and Fossil Centers, along with the Hammond Creation Lab. So, we'll have to take a look and see how much unused power we've still got floating. Looks like about 19. So the other thing to think about would be where we might be able to squeeze in another large power station. Also take a look and see what upgrades are on this station already. Already 1 outage protection and 2 increased outputs. So let us think. Think. Well, at least we got the research station back up and running. 4.6 though. And sadly, I don't think it gives us a whole lot of insight. Okay, our transport rating, our shopping rating, our transport rating is actually like the thing I was really concerned about, because last night it was telling me my transport rating was 0, and I'm looking at it going, excuse me, what? Why is it at 0? We've got the monorail running. Of course, it looks like it's dropping. For what reason, I do not know. So, curiosities and questions. I'm going to go ahead, though, and reactivate... actually, I suppose probably we need to reactivate the... probably need to reactivate the Hammond Creation Lab and get a Deinonychus out there. Oh no! We need to get a new Rex, because apparently our T-Rex has died of old age. Poor girl. Alright, well, we will take care of that. Get our transport teams
Head in to pick up the asset.
in the air, and then let's get over here. Let's take a look. We're going to need 16 of our available power to get this working, so we're going to go ahead and activate it, because we do need to get a couple of dinosaurs incubating. For one, we need a T-Rex. We also need a couple of Deinonychus, which actually should be up here now that I'm thinking about it. Nope. Why did I think we had their... some reason I thought we had their genome higher. That's okay. We'll go ahead and incubate a Deinonychus, and then we'll also get a T-Rex cooking. Let's see, though, what we can do. Let's modify the genome. We probably can get away with the... Ooh, tundra pattern. Let's try a tundra pattern T-Rex. That could be cool. We'll go for it. For nearly $5 million. Fortunately, we've got around 72 million, so that should be okay. Ranger team, time to go replenish a feeder.
En route to top up feeder.
Alright, we are also going to have to find a way to put more power in here. And then let us also see, because I'm thinking we want to, well, actually, I guess I did put the research center up above. Originally, I guess, my actual plan was to put the research center over here, next to the ranger station, but it looks like that's no longer actually something that we will need. Right now it keeps telling me outside buildable area. Ooh, yeah, and then it gets to being obstructed instead. Even if I moved it over just a smidge, probably right there. Just, it's not a whole lot of rotation, but Let's see how much room a large power station would take up. Wow, that's a lot of space. Yeah, large power stations are large. Let's see about a medium. Medium might be more manageable. Nope, not very, not much smaller, really. Oh, let's see here. The other thing would be to disable some of the upgrades, but I think that might affect our building rating negatively. Might have put ourselves in a bit of a jam by taking out the medium power station. You know what? Yeah, we may have to go ahead and put that back. You know what? Yeah, I am going to go ahead and do that. So, this is going to seem very strange to my guests, probably. Like, hey, didn't you just build that? Yes, I did. But I think we're definitely going to need the power more than we need the research station. I wonder if we can fit a large one in here. Yeah, right. Even rotated, I don't think there's a possible way I can fit this into its little enclosure here. I think even if I took out that substation, I think we're still obstructed by the weather stations and whatnot. So, yep, we'll just go medium because we know a medium station will fit here. So, we do know that. So, pop that in there, connect it to the substation, and we will quickly connect the path. There we go. And actually, I'm just kind of curious to see whether we could fit another emergency shelter back here. We can! There we go. We'll just pop in another emergency shelter to replace the one we took out. We've still got that one down there. We've got enough emergency shelters, so we should hopefully be able to avoid any kind of guest injury lawsuits for the future. So, in fact, I didn't even actually look to see how much we were paying out in guest injury lawsuits before. So, I think right now may be as good a time as any to go ahead and take out the ranger station. But to do that, I want to go ahead and move some pylons around. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and move this pylon over here. Maybe not. No, alright, you know what? Then we're just going to try and do this quickly. Yes, remove the ranger station if you please. And then we'll try to get that rebuilt as quick as possible. Oh, that's actually farther over than I had originally anticipated. I think. Terrain constraints, not obstruction, so... Alright, that was a slight move. I'm going to try just to nudge it as close to there as possible. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about it still being powered, because it definitely is. Get it reconnected by a pathway. The rangers are going to kind of come out on a weird angle there with the parking lot, but that's okay. Oh, that space is really small. Oh, nope, not a ranger station. That's not what I want. I want a research center, please. No way. No way. There's no way that's going to fit in there. Nope. Looks like we need to cook up another new Deinonychus. Probably just want to go ahead and cook up 2 of them. because we're gonna have to bet that the other one will probably age out as well. So. Alright, but we want to get ACU in position before we let that T-Rex out. So let's go ahead and get them into position. This is Jurassic 1. Preparing for tranquilization operations. Oop, 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 not going down. Up would be fine. Up, up, up.
Asset transportation underway.
Release the Rex. And even though I really want to see the tundra skin, I've got to get on this. Whoops. Trank the T-Rex. Trank it now. She's already finished her roar animation, which means she's gonna go hunting soon. Oh, phew. Okay, good. Wow, that was really making me nervous for a second. It's like, wait a minute, Chopper, get back here. Let's go, come on.
En route to collect the asset.
Alright. Uh-oh, unfortunately one of our Deinonychuses, Deinonychi, failed. They're expensive little buggers. Ooh. Alright, alright, alright. And facility rating just dropped to 4.6 out of 4.7 stars. Why? I don't understand. Shopping. Actually, I wonder, where's our shopping area? There's the bar. The gift shop. Okay, let's look at the gift shop. Might be...
Commencing asset transit.
We'll go ahead and up the number of staff and see how we do. See if that improves things at all. We'll probably do the same thing at most of our little spots here. Although this one's not making a whole lot of money. Oh look, I just hire people for like dollars.
Asset transportation complete.
I got another dead dinosaur. Probably the third Deinonychus now. Deinonychus, whatever.
Collecting asset.
Yep, there they go. So we now no longer have Deinonychus. And let's check in on our Rex now that she has been moved. Well, she looks happy. Do wish we could actually get a decent look at what color her tundra skin is, but that's alright. Trying to think whether there are any other
Transporting asset.
Oh yeah, this is probably one of those where we definitely want to up the number of staff members because they had maxed out the number of guests. So there we go. We've now fixed that. There we go, and our rating has gone up to 4.8 out of 5.0 stars. Out of 5 stars. great, actually. That's fantastic. Now beginning to wonder whether I couldn't squeeze in a small gift shop over here. Probably could. Maybe. Nope. Unfortunately, too big. That's fine. I'm now beginning to wonder whether I didn't put the ranger station in the wrong orientation. Yep, why not? We'll just keep moving the ranger station around. Outside buildable area, you're crazy. You know what? I think I'm just gonna have to face the facts. I'm not gonna find the space somehow to put in more than one building here. So, sad truth. I'm sure there's probably a more ideal configuration for the island. Somebody's probably spending plenty of time out there figuring out exactly what the perfect setup is. I have not done it yet. Alright, all the Deinonychus, all the Deinonychi are ready to go. So, we've got a galley that needs to be transported out of here.
Asset requiring collection.
Which means I should really go through and check ages on all the dinosaurs. Ooh, looks like we're going to have a slew of dead galleys, especially since those look like the only 3. Okay, cool. So we'll cook up some gallimimuses. Let's actually get the ACU chopper over here so that we can have it start tranking the Deinonychi as they come out of the creation lab.
Asset in transit.
Exit acknowledged. No problem.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Deinonychus to the park.
Especially since the last time we actually lost some herbivores because you couldn't get them tranked fast enough. I really don't understand why they do this orbital thing and not just, you know, kind of go alongside it. It would seem to be much easier for their marksmen, but I guess they will do as they will do. Alright, let's transport our
En route to collect the asset.
Deinonychi over to their exhibit.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
And over
En
they go.
route to pick up the asset.
Alright, now let's go ahead and start creating some gallimimuses. And find out from
Commencing
our
asset
ranger
transit.
teams
Asset has been collected.
which feeder needs replenishing.
Feeder supplies inbound.
Alright, we're sitting at 4.8 out of 5.0
Asset
stars.
transportation underway.
I think it's time to figure out what else needs management in order to make the guests feel better. And we maxed out our staff here so that we could accommodate all the guests there. Probably would help to get the rest of our buildings powered. Trick is, where are we gonna slip in a power station to do that? Oh, that's right. I had built this
Delivery
one
has
over
been
here.
completed. Asset has been delivered. Transportation complete.
There we go. That means we can get these back active again. Well, we're going to send out expeditions because that will help with those 2 contracts that we have. They are going to darkest Africa. Yeah, right, that's like, you know, Sahara. Egypt.
Heading to the feeder now.
Heading to the feeder now, but looks like you're a little stuck. Also, you guys are not in jeeps. And we have a dead dinosaur. Yep.
Asset collection request received.
It was to be expected that the galleys were going to start expiring. Happy T-Rex. Oh, all the galleys are ready for release. These guys, fortunately, are herbivores, so we can just go ahead and
Confirming task.
select them for to be tranquilized without having to get the ACU
Asset
team over here
transportation in
ahead of time.
progress.
Definitely one of the things I miss about working the other islands.
Adding task.
On the other islands, it was quite simple.
We're
I
doing
just
the improbable, and you're doing the impossible. Thanks.
look at me go.
Nice work on that expedition contract. Hopefully what you brought back doesn't end up as another thorn in our side.
Oh, jeez. Oh, good, and got the Suchomimus unlocked. Yes.
Adding to the list.
Heading to pick up the asset. Asset requiring collection. Picking up
See, the
asset.
other thing is that all of my other dinos get super stressed out because, you know, the chopper has to fly around them for X amount of time, so.
Heading to collect the asset.
Geez, those 2 transport choppers are like right on top of each other.
Asset.
Alright, let's see what they brought back for me from Africa. Oh yeah, we're gonna have our Spinosaur genome at 100%. Hopefully by the end of that. Well, maybe not. Alright, we'll just send them out again. And we'll pop over to our research station. Now realizing actually we don't have one right now. That could be one of the reasons we're missing a couple of
Confirming
stars.
asset delivery.
I don't know. Once again, though, we're confronted with the fact that we just don't have the space. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Assets in the air.
Terrain constraints. Yes, I suppose those would be constraints, wouldn't they? Let's try leveling. Let's try leveling things out and see how that does.
Delivery has been completed.
Let's see then if we can put in that storm defense station over here. Yep, looks like we can. Got that connected as well. Oh, gotta send a team up to resupply.
Resupply request acknowledged.
Yep. Resupply the carnivore feeder up there. No, nope, it's been fixed. It's no longer a crazy, strange 10-9. You know what? Just you are not the one. You are not the one. Ranger Team 9, you are on the outside. Away with you. Go, do my bidding.
Responding to resupply request.
Yeah, see, we're not getting as many people there. And there's no actual management aspect for the hotels and whatnot. So, it's interesting. Beginning to feel like the ideal construction for a park would be to have the main street ending in like an innovation center, probably the innovation center actually, because that has multiple paths branching out from it, but have that right at the entrance of your park, so that essentially the greatest concentration of guests has to go through the entrance if they want to go anywhere. And have a couple of exhibits through, although I guess actually the greatest concentration of guests is definitely not here at the entrance. So, best laid plans and all that. Yeah, no, the greatest concentration of guests for me is all down here. Hey, we're at 4.9 out of 5.0 for facility stars. That's great. I wonder if that has something to do with our storm protection coverage. All the buildings down here are definitely covered by the storm prevention. Alright, it looks like we've got a couple of buildings that aren't. Maybe we should try expanding our storm defense, especially since we do have a high level of storm activity on this island.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised that our weather forecast.
Oh no, our T-Rex has a disease.
Confirmed.
Go, medicate the T-Rex. With any luck, this will not be a twister.
Como medida de precaución y por su seguridad, diríjanse al refugio más cercano.
Request acknowledged. Request received. Responding to repair. En route to repair.
Dame espada. Calle Aero.
Man, almost forgot my own standard operating procedures. Storm comes in, trank the T-Rex.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience.
But that's alright. I'm still trying to figure out what can get us that last tenth of a star. I mean, I feel like part of it must probably rest in the in getting another storm defense station up to, you know, basically to cover this last parcel of the park. But unfortunately, I certainly can't build in either of these spaces. Because of the terrain constraints or the obstructions. It's either obstructed or there's, you know, terrain constraint. So, and unless I could move that emergency shelter somewhere else nearby, trick is I'm not sure where I could build up that emergency shelter that it would be in close enough range to protect the guests.
Security isn't always clean or easy, but it is always necessary. So look this contract over.
What if I moved the substation? If I could move the substation, that might do it. Now I'll have to connect it to the power grid, but that might not be a horrible idea. Alright, so that'll get that online. Now if I take out this, I may be able to sneak the storm defense station in over here. What has no power? Ah, that storm defense station has no power. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna deal with this for the moment. There, that'll do it. There, now everything has power. Now we'll run a path. Yep, I know, we're dealing with our path problem. There, now let's go to the management view and see our storm defense. It's like everything but the large substation is defended. But well, also we don't have any storm defense over here. I do feel like this is probably the island it's the hardest to get, where it's the hardest to get the 5-star rating, which is kind of why I'm focusing so much on trying to get it done now, rather than leaving it for later. I am going to have to build a substation over here. Hopefully I can get away with just building a small one. Alright, now let's look at the management view. Show me storm protection. Can we call it close enough? The only other possible way would be to try and fit in a storm protection unit back here, and that ain't happening. Just don't have the space. Hello, Dilo. Let's see. Now this guy is 46. Wetland pattern. Let's see what people think of the facility thus far. What is our highest area of dissatisfaction? Transport. Why transport? I don't understand. What, you guys just want me to build more monorail track? Will that make everybody happy? Ranger Team 9, get ready to go.
Proceeding to the feeder now.
I wonder if getting a monorail track up to the entrance would actually do it. Because actually, as I have discovered, you don't actually need a path going all the way down if... Oh, what would that... how would that be? I'm at 4.9 out of 5 stars. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to close the park. Just for the moment. Yep, I know. We're gonna really take a gamble here. We're gonna even remove power, and we're gonna try and get this monorail station in really super quick. No, no, no! Don't give me that terrain constraint nonsense. We don't need that kind of negativity here. Nope, there's a blue spot. Where's the blue spot? It's in there. Whoop. Skyrim. There, it has been established. Alright, now we need power. Get our pylons back online. There we go. Now, we need a path to connect.
Attention, island visitor.
And now we'll reopen the park.
Arriving shortly.
And then we'll go through and demolish some paths. There. There. And there, but we will reconnect the path here. There we go. Folks, we are trying here. Alright, so let's see here. Transport rating still is lousy. Don't ask me why, because I don't understand what makes up the transport rating. And unfortunately, can't really get more details there. Sitting pretty at 4.8 stars. Well, let's see, our chasmosaurs are almost at their population limit. But let's see if we can't add another herbivore to the enclosure over there. And if we can, maybe, just maybe, you know what? Let's try it. We're going to try incubating an Apatosaurus and putting it into this enclosure over here and see what it thinks of that area.
I like this contract. You should too.
I mean, yes, I can prevent carnivore
I'm not
casualties.
a hero for things I've done in the past when it comes to visitors to our facilities. I don't call myself that because, well, I don't have to. Anybody else would have done the same. Acted as I did. Well, except they didn't. And I did. Acted heroically.
Still not Chris Pratt. Still disappointing. Alright. Come on, folks. Let's get that, out there. Oof. It irks me because it's a facility thing and not a dinosaur thing. Dinosaur rating is already pretty high. I think the only area people are complaining about is the actual sheer number of dinosaurs. But I mean, this is Isla Pena. I mean, what do you want? I can't fit a whole lot of stuff here, so I'm so sorry. Excuse me. You know, what would be really cool? In fact, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what this facility finally needs. A gyrosphere exhibit. Trouble is, we'd only have it for like not that much of an exhibit. You got like 2 levels to the park. You've got the dinosaur level, the guest level, which is like, you know, here, and the operations level, which is, you know, all electricity basically. 4.8 out of 5 stars. Shopping rating is still fairly low. Makes me think that where there are more guests, they would like a shop. Of course, wasn't that part of the reason I'd moved this storm defense station? Can I fit an emergency shelter over here next to terrain constraints? What kind of terrain constraints are we looking at here? You know, I actually can't tell. Oh, is there a dip there? Looks like there might be a dip. Flatten it all out. Maybe I can do what I want to do. That would be nice. No, it's still telling me terrain constraints, but see, that's just the trouble. I don't know what the constraints are. And there it's obstructed. Maybe. I almost feel like I'm fighting with 2 levels of terrain between the facilities across the street and this viewing platform and the ranger station, as if they're not actually built on the same level. It's probably actually the most annoying part of the game, aside from, you know, Owen not being voiced by Chris Pratt. Oh wait, I think I just saw it. Oh, I'm not crazy, am I? I could have sworn I saw it flash blue for a second, which was awesome. No, I think the viewing gallery is just a little higher than the rest of it. Come to think of it, that viewing gallery is in a really lousy spot. Yep, that's what I wish to do. Besides, the dinosaur visibility is kind of lousy over there. I'm gonna say, don't you dare give me more terrain constraints. I can't take it. My heart just
From
can't
where
take
I'm
it.
standing, that's job done.
Yay, my guests are alive. Because, you know, the carnivores didn't break out. Alright, I'm hoping when I demolish this, there isn't a huge hole in the fence. Okay, good. Now. And put in our storm defense station back in there.
With a rep like yours, you'll soon have the loyalty of the entire security division.
Good for me. I was gonna say, our facility rating plunged to 2.5 stars. Now it's 4.8 again. But yeah, now the visibility rating on the dinosaurs
My
hopefully
advice?
went way up.
Keep your animals well fed, especially in situations like this.
Well fed. Who's hungry? Not Rexy. Nope, not the Deinonychus. Oh, what do you want to bet some of these guys are hungry? Nope, none of them. Stegosaurs? They be hungry. What about the trikes? No. Well, they seem to be well fed enough. I don't know what she's going on about animals needing food. Yep, not a clue. Still sitting pretty at 4.8. And we still don't have a research center on this island. I think the Dilo enclosure is probably gonna go. I can't think of another facility thing to do to improve that rating up to 5 stars. And frankly, at this point,
The security division owes you one.
oh, does that mean I maxed out my security rep? Hold on, I gotta check a trophy here. Yep, reach maximum security reputation on an island. Look at me go. Okay, cool, awesome. Going back to the game now. Apologies for the brief interruption. Let's go ahead and release the apatosaur, which we are going to migrate over to the other enclosure. Fortunately, if I'm remembering correctly, these guys have a fairly low, social need. So, either way, let's go ahead and get the ACU guys in the air so that they can get over here, tranquilize the apatosaur so that I can move it over to the enclosure it's going to actually live in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an apatosaurus to the park.
Actually, it does have a reasonably high social need,
Sabotage
so.
in progress.
Who's sabotaging? Science, how could you? They poisoned my packies. Well, the bonus there is that they are isolated, so that shouldn't pass things along. Oh, I'm just realizing that my ranger station needs to be upgraded. There we go. Alright then, back to Ranger Team 9.
Setting additional task.
Alright, medicate those guys, get them taken care of. Ooh, now let's look at our storm coverage again. I think I've probably, left one building uncovered by the storm protection now that I've moved the center over there.
Three words. Contract you.
Nope, I actually can't take that because I don't have it unlocked. Right, we're at 4.9 out of 5. Shopping still being our lowest rating. Dinosaur visibility's gone way up since we moved that one viewing area. We do have to go ahead and move that apatosaur though. We also have to incubate At least one more, I think.
Registration procedure. Please stand by.
We'll move this one out over here for now.
Asset to be collected.
Let's see how she does. Sorry, I just brushed the mic. Sorry, I seem to notice that when I get focused on a task, like trying to get up beyond our last 0.1% on this star rating, I don't tend to talk very much because I'm just so intently focused. Trying to figure out ways that I can reconfigure things a little bit so that I could get so I can get us another storm defense shelter to try and cover this. Although our shopping actually issues seem to be more pressing. Oh, actually, I'm just realizing this emergency shelter could probably... Ooh, actually, yeah, I can probably take out both of these. Probably take out both of those, and I can probably put in a shop of some kind. Like a little gift shop.
Asset delivered.
The T-Rex's enclosure would need to be just a little bit smaller, and that pylon would have to be moved. Alright. Let's go for it. Actually, we can probably give the T-Rex back its original configuration here. We have a dead dinosaur.
Wrangling prehistoric nature isn't easy, but you're doing the job, and doing it well.
Gee, thanks. Uh-oh.
Collecting asset.
We have a dead Chasmosaur. Yep, this Apatosaur needs more social. So does the Chasmosaur. Let's start incubating a new Chasmosaur. I actually think we may want to go ahead and trank that Apatosaur until we've got its buddy ready.
Acknowledged.
The Chasmosaur, I hope, will be alright. It does have
Commencing asset transit.
one other friend. We'll see. They're also sitting pretty at like 98%, so here's hoping. Also, let's check in on the T-Rex real quick. Grassland need is actually just a teensy bit high, which is fine because we're actually going to take away a little bit of it. Some people might actually think this is sensible, having two gates, having a double layered fence. I personally think it's a little bit of overkill, usually. Alright, now let's see about putting in a shop. A gift shop, specifically. Maybe that will finally get us up over where we need to be. Uh-oh, we've got a dead stegosaur. This means we need to incubate some stegos as well. Because stegosaurs also have a high social need. I'm just checking now for my own identification. I could not have fit a research center in there, right? Yeah, good. That was something I wanted to make sure.
At our new suit.
Transportation underway.
Ooh, yep, we gotta up our staff count here.
I guess it's true that you never quit.
There, we got
More
our
people like you.
we got our rating where we needed it to be. All right, good. So let's take a look here. Okay, we got great safety and great satisfaction. All right, so hopefully if we can keep those where they are, if we can keep the facility rating where it is, which basically means we're not going to touch it, the next thing we need to do is we need to up the number of dinosaurs. Also, right now it's telling me it's okay welfare, but that's because we've got one dinosaur tranked right now, and we've also got a feeder somewhere that needs to be replenished. So we're going to try and fill out our enclosures a little bit more.
En route to feeder.
I was going to say our guest density has gone up. So I want to make sure that we're still okay in our guest capacities for some of our shops and so on up here, and we seem to be, because the farther I get away from that main drag there, seems to be the change out. And I'm beginning to think that maybe our main street isn't quite as successful because all it does is end in the Innovation Center. You don't really have to travel through it to get to any exhibits. So that may be something. I think when I get to Isla Nublar and I've got just unlimited assets, probably have myself a shot at making some more stuff. Looks like our Chasmosaur is just about ready to go. Sorry, I'm readjusting my headset real quick because it's a little itchy. Alright, let's go ahead and release our Chasmosaur. We'll get the ACU team in the air and ready to tranquilize her once she comes out. Because we do have to check on our Chasmosaurs over here, whose comfort level is slightly low. So we'll get them straightened out. She doesn't have to go far. And our Apatosaur is about ready, so hopefully, with just two of them, life will be okay. Might have to make a third. We will see. Actually, I'm realizing we didn't actually take a look at this Apatosaur and whether it was happy with its grassland and forest. That would be a no. It definitely needs more forest. So, we should take a look at our Chasmosaur. Chasmosaurs will tolerate a pretty high level of forest. The next thing to check would be, of course, the Gallimimus, who like high grassland and high forest, but otherwise also don't seem to be super picky. So that's good.
No problem.
Get our ACU team over here to take care of that, and then we'll add in some forest to try and...
This opportunity is solid and can
That's
really
fine.
help the entertainment division, so please consider it.
Need to work on your elevator speech, buddy.
If you find anything interesting, I want to know about it. If you don't tell me, I'll find out about it anyway. Your choice. Make the right one.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can check its forest and so on requirements while it's asleep, but
Asset to be collected. Picking up asset.
hopefully we'll get a better idea once she's conscious. And we got our 5-star facility rating, so that's awesome. We're going to go ahead and send out our expedition team once we get through the massive guests. Jeez. Whoop. Expedition map, please. Thank you. And we want to go for giant herbivore fossils. Okay, cool. Then we'll go somewhere we have a high chance of pulling those. Oh, and we have fossils. I didn't even know we had fossils. Excellent. Oh, we've actually already got the Spinosaur up to 100, so that means money, money, money. All right. Well, if we can get our dinosaur rating up, hopefully that means we can hit 5-star rating for the island as a whole, which would be great because then we'll unlock the woodland cosmetic gene. Let's check in with our Apatosaurus here, who is currently experiencing a lack of grassland and a lack of forest. So that probably means that we're dealing with
Asset has been transported.
Yes, the Chasmosaurs are not happy now. There are far too many animals in this exhibit. So I think that means we're going to go ahead and trank these guys. Probably sell them. Which unfortunately
That's what I like about you. You get results.
doesn't help my dinosaur count, which is one of the ways that I'm trying to get our numbers up. But I also need to find my Apatosaurs and find out what they need. They apparently still need more grassland and more forest, which doesn't make me super happy awesome, because alright, need a ranger team.
No problem.
So come over here and inoculate a dinosaur. We also needed a ranger team to go out and tackle this feeder.
Acknowledged.
Oh, wait, no. You don't do that, because we've already got someone en route to do that. You go up and take care of this
En
Pachycephalosaurus
route to
feeder.
top up feeder.
Alright, so got 2 of the Chasmosaurs already tranked.
Collecting asset.
Now we gotta check in on our Apatosaurs, whose comfort level is still ugh. We've got more grassland for them, but we need more forest, which is gonna be interesting. Oh, and also I'm realizing we need some tall herbivore feeders for these guys.
Transit has commenced.
Unfortunately, that one looks like it's going for a fence. So...
adding task.
This one, its comfort level is still low. Alright. I'm beginning to think Apatosaurs may have been the wrong choice here, so I think we're just going to go ahead and trank both of them and sell them. In which case, I'm going to get rid of these tall herbivore feeders that I just put in. And get a ranger team over here.
Acknowledging request for feeder resupply.
To resupply that feeder. And then we'll get these guys to resupply that feeder.
Request acknowledged.
And send these guys out to that one.
Proceeding to the feeder now.
Oh yeah. Everybody loves our facilities. It's great. 27 dinosaurs, great variety and okay welfare. Let's make sure our gift shop and our fast food joint are doing okay in terms of guest count. Yay! Yep, they seem to be doing okay. I'm not super worried about profits and whatnot because we've got almost $100 million in profits. But we do want to up our dinosaur level.
Heading to collect the asset.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah, darn it.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
I wish there was a way to cancel transport. How are the Stegos doing? Social needs are low. Well, that means we'll release a couple of Stegosaurs.
Transporting asset.
Yep, that's precisely the big problem right now is social. So hopefully that'll start going back up with our new Stegos.
Asset collection request received.
Again, that's one of the things that I admire about it's kind of a detail that's hidden into the game that I really have to admire, and it's definitely the fact that when you activate your storm warnings, when there are announcements coming over the loudspeakers, the announcements don't just come in English. They come in English. They come in French, Portuguese. We just heard Spanish, Japanese. I've heard. 90% sure I've also heard German. So I mean, they really make this idea that Jurassic World is a multicultural, or rather an international experience. This is somewhere for the world to come on vacation. It's not for wealthy Americans or or whatever. No, this is designed for everyone to come and see these animals, and I really like that as a feature, just a little detail that they've worked into the game that way. It's very nice. Alright, storm's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are...
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Who's attacking a fence and why? Oh, we got a stegosaur out here attacking a fence. Because his social level is way down. Okay, well.
Task received.
En route.
Yeah, this patasaur also needs to be tranquilized.
Confirming task.
Requiring collection. Asset to be collected.
Don't look at this as extra work. Look at it as extra money and experience.
I will accept that. But we also need to find out who is out and who is a threat. Oh, okay, time to activate our emergency... Whoops, I just clicked on the gift shop. That doesn't work. Nope, 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 nope. Move! Ah, bringing lag.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte begeben Sie sich zu Ihrer eigenen Sicherheit zum nächsten Schutzraum.
Asset transportation underway.
Дамы и господа, в качестве меры предосторожности и для вашей безопасности просим пройти к ближайшему убежищу. Señoras y señores, como medida de precaución y por su seguridad, diríjanse al refugio más cercano.
Transporting asset. Responding to repair request.
Acknowledged.
Senhoras e senhores, como medida de precaução e para prossigam para o abrigo mais próximo.
Delivery complete. Asset collection request received.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte begeben Sie sich zu Ihrer eigenen Sicherheit zum nächsten Schutzraum. Дамы и господа, в качестве меры предосторожности и для вашей безопасности просим пройти к ближайшему убежищу.
Commencing asset transit.
Señoras y señores, como medida de precaución.
Who's attacking a fence?
Setting additional task.
Chers visiteurs,
Transit has commenced.
дамы и господа, в качестве меры предосторожности и для вашей...
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for...
Asset has been delivered.
Yeah, that's right. Those are obstructed for some bizarre, strange reason.
En route to pick up the asset.
Ah, population's too high for that one. Also a little too high for that one.
No problem. Adding to the list. Request acknowledged.
Asset in transit. Asset transportation complete.
Understood. Task received.
Yep, we're working on it.
En route to collect the asset. Heading to pick up the asset. Collecting asset. Picking up asset. Request acknowledged.
Warning. Sabotage in progress.
Task received. Asset has been collected. Assets in the air.
Acknowledged.
Asset delivery confirmed. Asset transported.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Transportation complete. Adding task.
Sabotage resolved.
Asset transportation in progress. Asset being transported.
Adding task. Confirmed.
Commencing asset transit. Asset has been transported.
В качестве меры предосторожности и для вашей безопасности просим пройти к ближайшему убежищу.
No problem.
Señoras y señores, como medida de...
Asset delivered. Delivery complete. Adding to the list.
Senhoras e senhores, como medida de precaução e para sua segurança, prossigam para o abrigo mais próximo.
How's that packet a danger to guests?
Transporting asset. Transit has commenced. Confirming task. Asset has been collected.
Hey, hey.
Medida de precaução e para sua segurança, prossigam para o abrigo mais próximo.
Setting additional
ご来
task.
店の皆様に申し上げます。皆様の安全の確保のため、最寄りのシェルターまでお進みください。Señoras y señores, como medida de precaución y por su seguridad, diríjanse al refugio más
Asset
cercano.
requiring collection. En route.
Для вашей безопасности просим пройти к ближайшему убежищу. Señoras y señores, como medida de precaución y por su seguridad,
Asset has been delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize.
Asset collection request received. Delivery.
We can always solve a few more problems. So make sure to review this contract.
Right.
Asset delivered.
Setting additional task. Request acknowledged. Understood.
Collecting asset. Commencing asset transit.
Feeder resupply request received.
En route to pick up the asset. Heading to collect the asset. Picking up asset. Transportation underway.
Responding to resupply request.
Assets in the air. Asset transported. Confirming asset delivery.
I knew you were the right person for the job.
Heading to the feeder now. Task received. Responding to repair request. En route to collect the asset.
Wish there was a way to cancel a incubation. Unfortunately, there is not. So it looks like we're going to get a third Chunkingosaurus. Hui.
Asset transportation in
All right,
progress.
well, I'm going to have to take a break for lunch. So thanks for watching, folks. And I'm not sure when we're going to get the next stream up and running because weekend marks the start of my work week. So, what do you call it? I will, of course, always post on Facebook. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.